week. Thank you. In the sense that we're going to be focusing on the hip area, but not just the hips today. Hips, legs, balance to begin with. This class is one of those hip back rehab classes that I used to run a while ago, but they're quite useful for anybody who does have problems in those areas, and I think they make for a very good Pilates class generally. When you're ready, if you haven't done already, stand up, and we're going to start off our exercises by starting to warm up the upper body and the shoulders and the side of our back. So when you're ready, take your left hand down to your left knee, raise your right arm, stretch the side of the body. Hold for a few seconds, although this isn't particularly a hard stretch, it's quite a strong stretch. You should be feeling it all down the side at the moment. Oh, okay, good. Same thing the other side. Oh, okay. And again, side to side. Maybe not quite as long this time. Just a few seconds there on the other side. Just a few seconds and just a few seconds and last one. Oh, just a few seconds. Good. Take your arms in front of you, keep them straight, and I want you to move your arms side to side, a little bit like we did with the knocking, but this time you're going to keep the arms straight, and you'll notice that your lower back gets a really deep and strong stretch here. Let your eyes follow your fingertips as well, and you'll notice the stretch is even more powerful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Come back to that stretch on the side exercise. Just widen the feet up a little bit. And this time, come over and a bend of the arm. And then to the other side and a bend of the arm. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. We're going to come back up to that twisting exercise. So we're going to move like this time. So we're going to wrap an arm around the back, wrap an arm around the side, look up the shoulder. 1, then move across here, and 2. Yeah, so you're just doing the same type of twist, but you're giving it a little bit more support, and it's stopping more in that final twist posture, so you can really twist into that lower back and release any deep held tension for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Let's go a little bit more into the lower body. So now we're going to start to reach down towards the floor. I'll just adjust the camera a touch. And then we'll go into the legs as well. So tuck the chin in, taking in with breath. Reach the hands all the way down to the floor. And as you breathe out, keep your chin tucked in, but then open your arms up. So you're going to come down, in with breath, touch the floor. Out with breath, come up. If you can't quite get to the floor, just touch your hands down to your legs, wherever you can. 3, going to go to 10. 4, going to go to 10. 5, going to go to 10. 6, going to go to 10. 7, going to go to 10. 8. 9, got one more. 10. You're going to do a slightly different version of a squat. If you haven't got a chair behind you, then try to squat down as low as you can. But it's easier if you've got a wall or a chair behind you just to sit down and lean onto. Place your hands on your hips and keep your feet hip distance apart. So that's wider than hip distance. So your feet want to be directly under your hips. That's what I mean by hip distance. Okay, and from here, I want you to sit down. Yeah, keep your legs in that position. Keep your hands in that position, and then stand straight up. You've got to use more of your back back of the hip muscles. Okay, when you're ready, let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got one more big squeeze to go. Ooh. Hopefully those buns are working well there. Bunnied up. Bun power. Right, when you're ready, tuck your chin in, roll down, touch the floor. This time, come all the way up. Keep your chin tucked in, take your arms up. 1, and 2 to 10, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. This is all part of your warm up, by the way. We haven't got into the class yet, so still warming up. Hands on the hips, second round of squats. Remember, feet in no wider than hip distance, so hip distance is like the maximum. You can go even more narrow if you want to. Okay, when you're ready, sit yourself down in with breath. As you breathe out, squeeze up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got one more. 10. Oh, yeah. Buns of steel again. Okay. Last one then, taking in with breath. Roll the body down, touch the floor. As you breathe out, take the arms up, but also lift a leg up at the same time. 1. In with breath, opposite side. 2. In with breath. 3. In with breath. 4. In with breath. 5. In with breath. 6. In with breath. 7. In with breath. 8. In with breath. 9. In with breath. 10. Oh. Right, last round then. Squats. Hands on hips. Legs in. When you're ready, drop it down. In breath. And 1. And 2. And 3. Keep that squeeze going. Pushing forwards. 4. And squeeze. 5. And squeeze. 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. Oh, let's open the window. Very warm. Very warm up. That's one of my favourite type of squats, that. Hands on the hips, feet narrow. You really feel your hips working better than most squats. Okay, grab your bands. I've already got my band pre-prepared. It's one I made earlier. Okay, you want to wrap the band around your ankles. So let me just drop the camera a little bit more. There we go. Around the ankles. Okay, so you also want to get yourself near a wall. You don't have to if you haven't got a wall nearby. You can stand with your hands on your hips, freestanding, that's fine as well. But it will make it a lot easier if you've got a wall nearby. Okay, and once you've got yourself your band and the wall, face the wall, walk forwards and make sure you're not leaning in. Okay, so you want to be shoulders over hips and hips over feet. So I can't quite get there like that, so I'll have to come in. There we go, so I'm standing upright, no leaning forwards or back. Okay, now from here, I'm going to ask you to take your knee up towards the bite. So what I mean by that is I want you to raise a knee until you feel those hip muscles start to work. So you probably won't raise it very high. You're going to lift it up just to a certain point and then you'll feel the hip muscles kicking. That's the bite point, the point that your muscles activate. So I want you to lift up your right knee now up to the bite point. Why are we doing this? Because it's a very good way of training the gluteal muscles to work and fire up. That will protect your back and get you into a better posture. Okay, from that position then I want you to pulse at the top. I want you to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. I should have really felt that there. If you feel it at all in your lower back, you're probably leaning forward to make sure your position is right, you're standing upright. Okay, left leg, find the bite. Inward breath and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Okay, good. So this bite point is really important in Pilates. It's the point that the muscles start to activate, the bite point. Okay, let's come back to the bite point on the right side. When you're ready, right knee up, inward breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inward breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. And again, just do that check. You know, is your back hurting a little bit? Can you feel it in the right area? You can feel it at the back of the hips. If you're feeling it at all in your lower back, you're probably leaning forward. So just check that you're not doing that, even a little bit. So you want to be closer to that wall rather than too far away. Okay, when you're ready, last round, lift up the knee, right side, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and same the other side when you're ready. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Okay, so that was the bite point with the legs raised, the knee up, bam, and that's really focusing on the glute muscles here and the tops of the legs. Now I want to focus on the glute muscles and the back of the legs. So we're going to find a different bite point for the back step. So when you're ready, take yourself back to that position. Okay, extend your right leg out until you find the bite point. Keep your legs straight though. And again, try not to lean forward. So you've got to get into the habit of standing up as tall as possible. Find that bite point. Right side, once you've got it, then take an inward breath and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You see what I did then? I just adjusted. I thought, something doesn't quite feel right. So I looked at the camera, I saw that I was leaning in and I went forward. As soon as I did, I could feel the hip muscles kicking in a lot more. The same thing the other side, left side up. Okay, when you're ready, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay, good. Well done. I think this is one, for me anyway, is one of the best exercises you can ever do in Pilates. Finding the bite point, standing or sitting, and then pulsing into it because you start to activate the muscles, gives yourself strength around the hips, protects the back, gives you better balance. Let's try it again, right side, remember no leaning. Okay, right side out, inward breath, let's pulse, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And opposite side, when you're ready, inward breath, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause, drop it down. And we shouldn't be feeling this anywhere in the lower back, it should all be localised to the hips and back of the legs. Alright, let's try it again, last time. Last time, get your words out. Right leg up, remember to stand up tall, in with breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and left side, in with breath, 10, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Oh. I'm just going to take those band away just for a second. The reason that we were doing that is because when we walk, we should be raising our knees nice and high and keeping our spine up straight, and we should have that power to lift up and keep our pelvis in line. Often what people do is they slump around and walk a bit like that. They don't engage, stand up tall, and do their power walk. Same goes for the back step actually. So as we step backwards, we should be doing this sort of movement. You're taking that power, your glutes are engaged. So let's just do a few little movements now with this walking forwards, walking backwards. And I want you to use the band. Okay, so put the band around your ankles for the last time. Okay, now as we're coming forward, I want you to do that movement. So you're going to come up and use the arms for a bit of momentum. When you're ready then, raise your left leg, right arm. 1, drop. 2, drop. 3, drop. 4, pause. Okay, let's go backwards, back step. So it's the same principle. Okay, so probably not be able to do quite as many because of the length of the back stride. Once you got to the end, come back and stride forward again. Nice and tall. Get that power through the hips. Learn to walk upright. You could do the hands on the hips if you wanted to. Oops, he says. Try to make smaller back steps this time as we step back. Don't use the arms maybe. Maybe that'll help with the shorter strides. Remember to do the kick back, plant the foot, kick back, plant the foot. Let's do one more round. High knees, drop, or up, drop, up, drop. The hands on the hips is the better way to do it because it gives you less opportunity to use other parts of the body. So it's all down to the hips doing the work, but can be a little bit harder for some people to maintain the balance. Okay, good stuff. Now, to use the bands, we're going to do one last exercise on the group of muscles called the hip flexor group of muscles. It'd be interesting if you can think amongst yourselves, what are the hip flexors? Have a think. I'm not looking for answers now, I'll tell you the answer. But think to yourself, what are the hip flexors? A group of muscles, that gives you a clue. Are we going to exercise them now? We're going to exercise them to exhaustion. So 1, you feel them, but 2, you understand their importance with lifting and lowering and kicking the leg. All right, when you're ready, hands on your hips. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to pull short left leg 50 times. Okay, in with breath, and 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax that top leg. Oh my God. Should have felt it there, yeah? All on the inside. Look a bit creepy, don't I? Oh, yeah. All on the inside there. All on the inside there. How about the top of the leg as well? Okay, that's hip flexors kicking in. Important for that movement of the leg. Very important. That's what it's called. hip flexor group, flexing the hip, helping them to pulse and turn, tilting the pelvis, right, hands on the hips. What we do on one side, we do on the other, in with breath, and 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 26, 25, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 50, 40, 30, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, both sets of legs should be completely dead. Yeah, just checking where we are time-wise, and we're spot on time. Yeah, hip flexor group of muscles, quads, 4 big muscles at the front, the adductors as well, and the inside of the legs, the adductors and the quads. Also a group of muscles that sit underneath those and attach into the hips and the spine, iliopsoas. So those are the groups of muscles, and they're responsible for tilting and keeping the pelvis in place. So good strength there helps to tilt the pelvis backwards and forwards. It helps to raise and lower the legs, which is good for walking up and down stairs, running, cycling, those sorts of things. All right, guys, let's stretch off that area of the body, the hip flexor group of muscles. Sorry. Let's get yourself to the floor. Okay, right leg forward, foot on the floor, and get your knee pushed forward so it's just hanging over the toes. From there, then just push against that front knee, arch the back until you feel a stretch on that back leg. Okay, and hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Same thing again. So stretch that I recommend to do at least once a week. I should probably say at least a couple of times a week. Okay, count yourself 10 slow counts. 10, 9. Hip flexors get so tight. If you think about what we do all day, sitting down at our desks, driving in cars, sitting and watching TV, it's all shortening the hip flexors. So this is stretching them and lengthening them, gives them a chance to get a bit of blood flow to those areas. 2, 1. Okay, good. Let's bring the feet together, knees wide. When you're ready, walk your hands forward. And just drop your head. Now, those of you who have been doing the total toning for the last couple of weeks, been doing a lot more press-ups, and we're going to be putting in press-ups now into this class. We're going to look at press-ups on the knees, so not the full press-up, but press-ups are an important part of our general fitness and the Pilates as well. So when you're ready, take yourself forward, keep to your knees, even if you can do a full press-up just for this first set. And remember, with a press-up does not involve you pushing yourself backwards. Actually, a press-up is pushing yourself forwards. So you've got to remember to push yourself forwards. Also, the arms are going to go like this, out to the side. If you can't do a full press-up, just come down to wherever you can. Just pause for a second and then push off at that point. Okay, when you're ready, we'll take ourselves over to a press-up position, and let's just go for 10. Nice and simple. 1, 2, 3. Try to breathe out as you push up. 4, 5. It helps to engage your core. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really simple. But a strong exercise, but a simple one. All right, so we're going to do the second round. But I was always taught that you should be able to do as many press-ups as your age. So think about what your age is. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, I think. And we can take 10 off because we've done 10 already. And let's aim to do, let's say, between 10 and 20 of these for our second round. But at the end of our 3 rounds, let's see whether we've completed the task of doing as many press-ups equal to our age. Some type of fitness test. Can you do as many press-ups as your age? Seen as like a barometer of good health. So let's see whether we can do this then. It's only on our knees, so we should be all right. I want to go for 20 on this round. Okay, when you're ready, set yourself up. Take an inward breath, and as you breathe out, start your count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said 20, didn't I? I was going to do it. Yeah, no. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You walk your hands back, take a pause. Oh, well, if you did 20, that means you've done 30 in total. For Janine and Laura, means you've only got 20 to go, maybe 21. For me, I've only got 10 to go. That's great. Anybody my age or younger, then you're going to get off easy. Anyone a little bit older, you got a little bit more. So it's not me who designed this test. It was I'll find it for you and send you the link. All right, let's see if we can now hit our age number in press-ups. So whatever you've got left to go, let's finish it off now and get to your age. In press-ups, in with breath, and 1, 2, 4. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds for those of you who may be doing a few more, just to finish your age press-up ratio. Okay, let's give you another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo, bongo. Right, well done everybody. I'm sure that you've all got there. Janine was lovely on the little break in Bournemouth, getting Thomas to sit on top of me doing press-ups. So hope you enjoyed that, Janine. All right, let's just do a stretch now for the back to make sure the back and the hips are settling down. This will help just give us a little bit of a pause from our wrist work. Just roll yourself back and take your left knee up towards your chest, and just simply need to make little circles with the knee. You want to keep pulling the knee in towards you and pressing it as firmly into the stomach as possible. Oh, yeah. Now carefully go around the other way. Make circles the other way. Just go really slowly though, because we always start on our easiest side. So when we start reversing the circles, it's slightly harder. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Drop that leg. Bring the other one in, and again. Little circles. Oh, yeah. And then reverse the circles, but go slowly here really cautious. Although they're only small movements, these movements they could irritate the hip joints and the SI joints. They're actually a way of getting some mobility back into those joints. Very healthy for us to do, but only if we listen to our body. Okay, now bring up both legs and roll back, little squeeze. Yeah, so hug, roll, hug and roll. Well done, hug and roll. Drop the feet. Okay, so we're going to come back to our exercises again, some strength exercises now, stomach-wise. Going to go back onto the hands and knees. If you're really struggling, you can drop down onto your forearms, but really try to stay on your hands if you can. It makes it a lot more effective in exercise. We're going to do the bird dog now, but focused on core strength. So bird dog then, on your hands and knees to start off. And again, make sure that your body weight is forward rather than back, so your shoulders are over your wrists as a minimum. Okay, raise your left leg. And try not to raise your left leg and start leaning over to the right side. So as you raise your left leg, make sure your weight of the body is still in the centre, yeah? So your hips are still squared out. Okay, now raise your right hand. That's it, good. Look down at the floor. And hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You drop the arm and leg down. Now this isn't going to be our exercise, but I just want us to establish a baseline. Baseline being, can I do this exercise? Can I keep my weight in the centre? Can I keep my hips square to the floor? That's our baseline. Can I do those three things? Okay, right leg up. Left arm forward. And again, let's hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down, knee down. Oh, and body down. Take a pause. Well done. As I said, that is not a full exercise. The full exercise is going to come next. We're going to start working on our core and our abs. So take yourself back up to bird dog. Okay, open the knees. Extend the left leg. Extend the right arm. Look forwards. Take an inward breath. And as you breathe out, I want you to pulse your left leg up and down and see it go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should feel your stomach and your hips working hard here. Okay, same on the other side. Inward breath. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause. Oh, well done. Let's try it again. Ready? Right arm forward. Step pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move to the other side. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause. Whew. Not too challenging, but it's challenging enough. Okay, last round then, when you're ready, right hand forward, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and opposite side, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take yourself back down all the way. Right, so we're into our final 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes will be for a stretch. and release. But this last 10 minutes will be for our abs. So Pilates sessions wouldn't be complete without abs, and that's what we're going to focus on now. We're going to get into a crunch position. So crunch position can be quite challenging for your back. So if you do find that it's hard, you know, your back hurts, or you know, your neck hurts, or it's just you feel like you need a little bit of support, grab 1 or 2 cushions and place them just underneath your shoulder blades. And if you place them underneath your shoulder blades, you'll already be in a half crunch position. But for those of you who are okay with a normal crunch, I just want you to take your hands behind your head, place your feet flat to the floor, feet are hip width apart, the knees are bent, and a crunch involves you lifting your shoulders off the floor and bringing your arms forward. Yeah, you're feeling the upper part of your stomach doing the work here. So let's do this when we're ready. In with breath, and as you breathe out, come forward in a crunch, outward breath, 1 and 2. So good for helping your back to have strong abdominals. 3, which is why we're doing it. 4, 5, 6, 7. When we get those shoulders off the floor, 8, 9, and 10. Relax down. And again, that same health test that we should be able to do sit-ups and press-ups to the same repetition as our ages. So we'll apply that logic to this next round. There's a few other things in there as well. I think it was squats was another, and some type of running thing. I can't remember what exactly it was, but do you remember the sit-ups and the press-ups? So do as many as you want now. Try and get through quite a few more crunches in this second set, because the last set we're going to finish off our age number. All right, so choose a number you're going to do, taking in with breath, and let's go up. And we get the shoulders off the floor. Keep your own count. I'm going to do 20 again, I think, on the middle round, and then finish off with my 10 on the last round. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh God, I hate crunches, I really do. Oh, they really are concentrated just on one spot, right at the top of the abs. Oh God, it's so painful. All right, well, take a few seconds. If you pause like I am, just have a few slow, deep breaths, get ready for your last round, and try and finish off your age number now. Whatever that is, the younger the better, on this exercise anyway. When you're ready, even breath. And let's finish it off then. And just relax then once you've got to your age number. I'll give you another 30 seconds or so to get the rest of your numbers down. And there is a logic to doing increased repetitions. The more old you get, the less muscle you have. You lose muscle each year. I'm certainly going to be in that zone now, hitting 40. 40 is when it starts to accelerate. And so the more weight-bearing, muscle-building activities we can do as we get older, the better it is for us. So that was the logic behind it. All right, stay in this position then for me. Bring your feet in. Open your arms. Oh, sorry. And then just take a little roll with your hips side to side. Loosen up those hips. And then just bring the knees into the chest. Little hook. Little roll. It's not the end. I'm looking at my watch because it wasn't the end of our crunches. We're going to do probably not as many, but we're going to do some harder crunches now. So let's set ourselves back up in a crunch position, but maybe consider using the cushions or whatever it is you've got. You don't have to, but I'll show you what we're going to do. We're just going to do 3 sets of 10, but these ones are a lot harder. With yourself propped up on the cushions, it will make it so much more accessible for everybody. So we'll set up in the same way, hands behind our head, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to turn ourselves inwards towards our knees. So shoulders are off, but I'm twisting in towards my knees. Now you might find that's a little bit too challenging. As I said, try it with the cushions behind you first, because that will make it a lot easier, because you'll already be up there, and then you've just got to lean a little bit forward. So I think everyone should certainly be able to do the second one. Okay, when you're ready, take an inward breath, hands behind the head, and drop the head. 2, drop the head. 3, drop the head. 4, drop the head. 5, drop the head. 6, drop the head. 7, drop the head. 8, drop the head. 9, drop the head. 10. Oh. Second pause, total pause. Give you 10, 15 seconds. I get to 7, 8 o'clock nowadays. My body just starts to go, oh, I want to go to bed. I was asleep by about 9:45 last night. I didn't wake up till, I think it was 6. It was over 8 hours. I don't normally get over 8 hours. Must be needing the sleep. Okay, when you're ready, hands behind the head, inward breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause, and again just give yourself 10, 15 seconds. Okay, last round then, if you've got it in you, hands behind your head, inward breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay, good stuff. Relax the whole body down. Got one more exercise to do. It's what I call a full crunch. You're going to be doing both legs and upper body all together at the same time. But this time I really want you to try to get your shoulders clean off the floor if you can. Might not be possible, but try. I didn't even try for that last round. But this time I'd like you to try because it's a little bit more dynamic. And again, use the cushions if you're struggling to get your shoulders up high. Okay, when you're ready, take your hands behind your head, take an inward breath, and you want to come up and bring your knees in at the same time. So you want to take your shoulders off and bring your knees in. Inward breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and relax. So sleepy. It's a good thing though, it shows I'm relaxed, isn't it? It shows I'm peaceful. Okay, got 2 more rounds to go. Let's finish this off quickly when you're ready. In with breath, up 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Man. Okay, last ones then, guys. Hands behind the head. Taking in the breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Straighten those legs out, just take a little rest on the floor. Okay, we're into our stretch zone now. It's just got 2 stretches to do, but they're really essential stretches that you should be doing at least a couple of times a week. First stretch is your basic hamstring stretch. Okay, when you're ready, just bend your left leg, place your foot flat on the floor, lift your right leg, you just take your hands behind either your knee or the ankle and simply pull the leg in towards you, but keep it as straight as possible. We're going to stay here for 30 seconds. Just relax that leg down. It's been 30 seconds according to my counting. Then at the side, same thing again, either behind the knee or behind the ankle, but keep the leg straight. The important thing is to keep the leg straight as possible. Okay. When you're ready, then just get yourself out of that stretch. We're into our final stretches now, and I'd like you to use your cushions. Probably Janine doesn't need to, but everyone else will benefit from a few cushions. And just get yourself sat up on those cushions so that you're able to easily open your legs, or more, let's say more easily open your legs. Sit yourself as far back on those cushions as possible. Straighten the back up as much as you can. Toes up. Now we're going to do a stretch by an exercise that they call the saw, but we're going to do the stretch version of the saw. So when you take your right hand, either you're sitting like me on a chair, behind you on the chair or the wall, or on the floor. Yeah, so it's behind you in some way. The idea is to open the chest up, which is why we're doing it this way. And it helps the stretch. And we take your other hand, your left hand, over towards your foot. Yeah, and then just drop your head down, either on the knee or towards the knee. Yeah, give you 30 seconds there. And take it back. The reason we did the first stretch was a hamstring stretch, the muscle behind the back of the leg. So this is the same thing as a hamstring stretch, but it's a little bit more central, so a little bit more inside, stretching different parts of the hamstring. And you also start to stretch in towards the adductors and hip area. So you're getting like a double stretch with this one, which is why we're doing it. Take the left arm behind, so you're either on your chair or behind you. Okay, reach across towards the foot. That's it, good. And take yourself down as low as you can to the knee. Once you've got yourself into a nice deep stretch, then we'll hold there for 30 seconds. Ease yourself back up. Okay, we've still got a couple of minutes, so just take ourselves into a pause then, purposeful pause. Sit all the way down just for a second. Keep the eyes open if you want, or let them close. We'll have just say a minute and a half, just pause, let the body rest after Pilates. Let the exercises take effect and then we'll finish off. Okay. Yeah, that's a minute and a half. I hope you've enjoyed today. So this is one I do recommend for any injuries that people have got to the hips or backs. It was part of a series we used to do for number of physio groups, but it was part of a specialist course, and it produced lots of good results. So I'll keep the recordings. If anyone ever does have back problems, I'll send you those, and they'll hopefully be helpful.